This just in. It is calm outside right now. The storm has kind of waned a little bit, but we're not done. It ramps up again later on this evening and in through the overnight period. Let's go. Hey, well, good afternoon, everyone. Our little bit of a storm system here has definitely calmed down a little bit throughout the day. This morning, regions across southern Manitoba did see that first squall line of snow push through with about 1 to 3 centimeters of snow widespread across southern Manitoba, caused some blowing snow, some tough travel this morning. We got a bit of a break now through the afternoon hours, but the travel is going to get harder, especially throughout the Red River Valley as we get later on this evening and into the overnight period going into early tomorrow morning. So let's hop into this video right now showing you our satellite imagery, and you can see our low pressure center here. You can see our low pressure system right here where I've got the cursor over top right now. You can clearly see the counterclockwise motion, and you can see that we have quite a system here. Cyclone pushing southeast currently across eastern Saskatchewan, moving into western Manitoba. And right along here, there is a cold front, quite a strong cold front that will be reaching western Manitoba within the next few hours, and eventually southern and southeastern Manitoba, including the Red River Valley, by about midnight to 1 a.m., which will be causing some very strong wind gusts, and we'll get into that right now. Okay, so first of all, I want to show you our national blend of models here, and this is showing our snowfall expectations over the next day or so. And you can see this is the average 6-hour snowfall expected, and here is the snowfall that's expected to fall along the cold front over the next few hours into the night and into Saturday morning. You can see that generally maybe about another ½ an inch to an inch of snow, so not a lot of snow, but the winds are going to be most evident with this second boundary of snow and strong cold front pushing through later on in the day. So let's go and check out some expected winds and snowfall amounts here. So here's our latest NAMNEST model showing our snowfall expectations here over the next, I would say, 8 to 12 hours. So here's 8 hours from now, which would be about 10 p.m. You can see that the NAMNEST model is showing quite a few little squall lines of snow here, some potentially fairly strong as we go toward 10 p.m. here across western Manitoba, and then spreading across the remainder of southern Manitoba throughout the night. And you can see that the snow does impact all areas from the Trans-Canada Highway from the Saskatchewan-Manitoba border east through Brandon, Portage, and Winnipeg, and then also south toward Emerson and back westward Morden and Winkler. You can see these really tight squiggly lines here, these ISO bars indicating some very strong wind gusts through the overnight period going into the early morning hours of our Saturday. In terms of amounts, accumulations, here's what our NAMNEST model is currently showing. Higher elevations of Duck Mountain Park and Riding Mountain National Park, maybe 5 to 10 centimeters there. Could be maybe about 5 centimeters of snow here south of Portage, north of Morden and Winkler, over toward Carman, and then also along the Trans-Canada Highway here from Portage to Winnipeg, throughout the Red River Valley and also southeastern Manitoba. Our NAMNEST model here showing potential for maybe 4 to 6 centimeters of snow through the night. But as we can go and look, the winds are going to be the most concerning part of this cold front as it sweeps through. Okay, so what you've all been waiting for, and I've been touting from the high rapid refresh here, the latest high rapid refresh run, the 19 Zulu, we can see that, boom, there's our cold front starting to enter western Manitoba here about 7 hours from now, which would be about 9:30, 10 p.m. as we were talking about earlier. And we already got some very strong wind gusts here through the Parklands region, Duck Mountain, Riding Mountain National Park, Brandon as well, seeing wind gusts probably 50 to 60 kilometers per hour. And then as we continue to go through time, look at this very strong swath of wind here starting to really blow and extend off from Lake Manitoba as we get toward about 10, 11 p.m. We see the winds really ripping here on Lake Manitoba. And then once we get to about midnight to 1 in the morning, you can see between Portage and Winnipeg, look at these strong wind gusts here off the leeward southeastern side of Lake Manitoba. You can see we have some wind gusts here, potentially 48 knots, which is 88 kilometers per hour. And those winds continue to extend southeast from there, impacting areas around Ely, Manitoba. Definitely that stretch on the Trans-Canada Highway from Portage east to Winnipeg and the Red River Valley. Wind gusts definitely between, I would say, midnight, 1 a.m. all the way till about 8 a.m. Saturday morning, gusting upward to 80 to 90 kilometers per hour. There could be a ground blizzard ongoing here through the overnight period along the Trans-Canada Highway, and that will eventually extend further south and impact areas along Highway 75 from Winnipeg down to Emerson and the international boundary as well. So if you are in this area, if you're planning to travel through the overnight period from Portage, I would say east to Winnipeg, throughout the Red River Valley, maybe even up through the Interlake region and then down toward Emerson and west toward Morden, Winkler, and Carman, that could be a no-go zone from about midnight into Saturday morning about 8 a.m. That 8-hour period, I would want to stay off the roads. We could be seeing a blowing snow advisory be issued by Environment Climate Change Canada later in the day. I'm not so sure about that though, so this could catch people off guard. If you know anyone who will be traveling in this area, again from midnight to 8 a.m., definitely let them know that maybe wait to travel until later on Saturday morning into Saturday afternoon. The winds will calm down then, but this will catch some people off guard. I really hope that we don't see too many car pileups and accidents, but this is starting to look like, I believe it was last Friday when we had that big blizzard that came and hit much of southern Manitoba. This won't quite be up to that standard, but it'll be close to it if we get, especially if we get wind gusts off of Lake Manitoba, gusting 70 to 90. It's going to be bad. It's going to be rough. So that's what I have for you guys now. Again, we're in a bit of a lull right now, but it's going to pick up again here shortly. Stay safe, everyone, and have a great weekend ahead.